What is up, players? It's Warboss Tay back up in this mug. Welcome to part 2 of my video series on how to play the Heroes of Hobbyton minigame if you are a patron of Warboss Tay Studios. So, as you remember from part 1, we've got our patron represented by this avatar here. This is Igor, and he's got a stack of 10 tokens of renown and 9 village guard in his retinue ready to go off and help him win in his expeditions, try to get him some miniatures. So at the beginning of every month, the sequence of events are you get your monthly token. And let's say that Igor had such a great run of luck getting this stack of tokens of renown last month. He's decided he's not going to gamble. He's going to be a good boy and just bank that token. So now he's got 11. Now he can decide to spend his tokens. And the way you're going to spend your tokens is you can either spend them on your village guard, and you have a limit of 20 for your village guard, or you could just keep them. You could also promote your village guard to a foot soldier or an archer, and that will increase their chances of getting you more treasure and winning in expeditions. But they are a little bit more pricey, whereas you could get a village guardsman for only 1 token of renown. Getting a foot soldier or an archer costs 3 tokens of renown. I'm going to have this whole pricing guide listed in the Discord, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. Each of your troops is going to have different stats and different chances of success. So let's say he doesn't want to gain any more, or he doesn't want to promote his troops, but he does want to gain a couple more guys. So he's going to spend 2, 4, 6 tokens of renown. Let's get 6 more. 6 more village guard. 1, 2, represented by these handy dandy zombies because the village guard are being painted right now. 5, 6. In fact, why don't we just go all in on village guard? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get 5 more. So he's going to spend all 11 of his tokens of renown. 1, 2, and we'll just use some other figures that we've got lying around. Oh, some more zombies. 3, 4, 5. So now he's got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Your maximum amount of village guard that you can have is 20. So he's got 20 village guard running around with him, and he's going to go off on an expedition. Now, the rules for the village guard are as follows. You get +1 to your chance of success for each village guardsman, and then they can be upgraded at the beginning of the month to either a foot soldier or an archer. Now, unfortunately, you can't just bring them on your expeditions. You have to think ahead because each village guard needs to be spent. You need to have a token to bring your village guard with you. So actually, thinking ahead, this was not the best of ideas because now he has to wait, right? He can't bring his guys on expedition because he doesn't have any tokens of renown to do that. Oh, shucks. So it looks like Igor is out of luck for the month. Now, if he was a little bit more frugal, he decided not to spend his 11 to completely bulk out his unit here. Let's say he kept 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's say he kept his stack of 11 and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And he didn't spend them at all. So he's only got his original 9. He's going to decide to spend 1. So he has 10. And now he's going to bring all 10 of them using the rest of his tokens of renown. He's going to bring all 10 of them on his expedition. So as you can see, it gets really spendy really fast. And the prices for bringing each soldier on an expedition, I don't think they really go up. I don't think I made it so they go up. Yeah, it only takes 1 token, even as you get up to being a mounted knight. And yeah, so it only ever costs 1 token from a village guard all the way up to a Pegasus Knight to bring them on your expeditions. So let's say he's spent all 10 of his tokens. They're all coming with him. You don't have to spend any tokens to bring any non-combatants. So let's say Igor had spent some tokens to get a non-combatant retinue, Lewis, and Lewis would just be sitting at the camp with any other troops that did not come on the expedition, and they would be kept nice and safe there. So he goes on an expedition. He's decided he wants to go and get the general figure, the Empire General. So that month there are 3 figures up for grabs: the Empire General, a mounted general, and a general on a griffin. I'm just using these as a placeholder to give you an idea. So because one is just a regular infantry figure, one is a mounted figure, and one is a monster-sized figure, they're all going to be coming with their own different chances of success. So the Empire figure, let's say he just wants to get the infantry one, just a general infantry figure. So it's a base 200%, or he has to roll out of 200. So all by himself, if Igor decided to go up without any retinue, then he would have to roll a 3 or less, like a 1, 2, or 3 out of a maximum 200. So if he had a 200-sided dice, it's a very small chance that he would roll 1, 2, or 3. But because he's got a retinue coming along with him, his chances just got bumped up to 13. Each one of these represents 1%. So now it's a 13 out of 200. It's still not that great, but now you want to imagine if he had a whole stack, a fortune of tokens of renown, and these were not just village guard, but they were fully beefed up foot knights. And if he had 10 foot knights, 10 village guard, if he had mounted knights, if he had a couple of Pegasus knights, and his chances of success increase exponentially. That's why I want people who play this game to imagine it more as like a Dark Souls game, where you can't really just go in willy-nilly with your village guard and hope to get the monster, hope to get win. You can try if you want. Every month you can try. Just go by yourself and try to roll under a 3 out of a 200. Like, by all means. But if you want to have any chance of success, then you want to make sure you bank your tokens of renown. You spend them accordingly, and there are limit caps, unit caps. Like, you can't bring 20 Pegasus Knights. You can only have a maximum of 3, but each of those Pegasus Knights bumps up your chance by 10%. So if he had 3 full Pegasus Knights going along with him, Igor would be bumped up to 33%. And then if he had 10 Knights on foot, that would be 10 times 5 is 50. So now his chances are 85% out of 200. So there you go. It's almost like a 1 out of 2 chance. And then if he's got crossbowmen, arbalists, if he's got bowmen, the chances just keep raising and raising until getting a single infantry character on foot is like not an issue at all. It's just getting up to those higher monsters now. Let's say he's got a full army of Pegasus Knights, handgunners, bowmen, crossbowmen, knights on foot, foot soldiers. He's going to want to go for one of the monsters. Then that's a roll out of 500. So each level up is going to be like an added 100 chance to the dice roll. So I want to make it hard. I want to make it very, very difficult, because it's very easy if you're supporting Warboss Tay Studios and you get a lot of lucky rolls, that you just get a bunch of miniatures to win and succeed in these expeditions. Now, another way to help mitigate the chances of any min-maxing or like shenanigans is that after each expedition, you roll 1d10 for each of the soldiers that come along with you. So for Village Guard, they're very squishy, right? They don't have much armor. They've got a minimum amount of training. So on a roll of 1 to 5, they just die. They're dead. On a roll of 6 to 9, nothing happens. They're alive. They're great. On a roll of 10, they automatically level up to either a foot soldier or an archer. They got enough experience fighting in the dungeon, going on this adventure, that they are better than the rest of the other village guards. They want to improve. They want to get better training. So they're going to join your foot soldiers or your archers, depending on what you want to choose. So that's a basic rundown of the game session. It's you get your monthly token. You decide if you want to gamble it away or to get more. And after that, you spend it to upgrade your troops. And then you got to think ahead. How many tokens do you have? Do you have enough to bring as many as you can onto your expeditions? Or do you have to wait till the next month? Because let's say Igor plays Empire and he wants to get some Empire figures, but that month he doesn't have enough tokens of renown to bring his troops onto an expedition. So he has to sit out the month. Well, the next month, the prizes are going to change. It's going to be, I think, the Kingdom of Bretonia is next or something. So he has to wait until the Empire rolls all the way around if he wants to get those Empire figures for his collection. We're really going by the list of factions that Games Workshop has released for their old world, because I think that's a good way to keep it organized and to make it so that you can bounce back and forth between good and evil, and then it'll give me a good organized way of structuring the prizes that you're going to get. Okay, that is it. Get the monthly token, decide to gamble it, upgrade your troops, then go on an expedition. After your expedition, you roll to see what happens to your soldiers. And at the end of the month, you tally your results. I'm going to be recording everybody who takes part in this, because on my end, as the artist, what I'm going to do is compile and create stories of each of your adventures. So let's say Igor wanted to go and get an Empire general, and he was successful because he upgraded his men. He waited until he had a bunch of knights and crossbowmen or handgunners even to go off and get as high of a chance as he could of success. Then I would write a story that is not exactly copying what happened, but it would be in the similar vein. You've got a mercenary or the general, an officer in an army, and through a battle or through an adventure or through a quest, he is either successful or unsuccessful. And I'll be creating these stories, writing them out, and at the end of the year, I'll have a bunch of different stories that I can compile into a book and offer to my patrons for free, and then put up online on Kindle and in Apple iBooks to just grow my library of written work to add to the other books that I've already written. Okay, you can hear my voice is going out. So my work here is now to finish writing out the pricing guide and the special rules for all of my soldiers. So you can see I've got the foot soldier here, goes up through knight on foot, their costs, their benefits to each expedition roll, what it costs to recruit one. Like, you can't just say I want to go from being a knight to a mounted knight. You have to have a war horse to be able to mount your knights, and then you can only have a limit of 10. And then Pegasus Knights limit of 3. So, and then with the expedition rolls too, the higher up and the more prestigious your troops get, the less chance they have of dying. You can even re-roll. Like if you get a Pegasus Knights and you roll a 1, he would normally be dead with no re-rolls. But then because he's got so much prestige and this magical creature now, he has a re-roll to see if he dies. So you re-roll it again. If you roll a 9 or a 10, not only does he come back alive from the adventure, but he brings back 1d6 tokens of renown. Oh my goodness. He keeps building the fortune and the fame. And that's what this game is all about. Building up your retinues, building up your adventuring party into almost like a little mercenary army. And then going out and taking your chance. Because like I said, I want to make your chances not even when you're bulked up and beefed up with a big army, I want to make them as competitive as possible. I'm not going to say Vegas odds because I don't think that they're that bad, but I want to make it a challenge I want to make it like nigh impossible if you're just starting out and you want to go and get like, oh, there's a cool dragon figure that I want to get. Well, it's going to be like out of a 500 chance, and you're only 3% out of 500. It's like winning the Mega Millions almost. Like that's what it's going to seem like. So I want you to stay with Warboss Studios, be a patron, continue to support the studio, and build up your guys. Because imagine, now I want you guys to imagine if you've got your avatar here, after a certain threshold, your avatar figure is going to get promoted and upgraded without you having to do anything. If you donate a certain amount to Warboss Taste Studios, once you hit the price point, then you're going to go from just being on foot here to riding a horse. And then after hitting the next threshold, you're going to go from being a mounted knight to riding a Pegasus. And it's going to be just so much fun to see your story, your characters, your avatars growing because you're supporting Warboss Taste Studios. To see the retinue, the mercenary band growing and taking shape. And as the artist, I'm going to be painting everything. But if you want to really paint something, like if you think, oh, I want to paint that Pegasus Knight that my avatar is, I don't want Warboss Tate to paint him, just let me know. And then I'll save them. I'll save that character, and then you can paint them. I still want to take the family shot of you, your avatar, with all of the troops in the retinue. So I could use that for my videos. But let's say at the end of the day, you've realized you cannot support Warboss Taste Studios financially anymore. You can't be a patron anymore, and you have to stop being a patron on Patreon. So at that point, you would send me a message, let me know that you can't. And what I will do is I would finish your story. I would give you I would give you an ending to your avatar narratively. And then let's say you've gotten a bunch of mounted knights or whatever, plus your character. You've been with Warboss Taste Studios for a while. I would ship you whatever you were able to get in your retinue for free. I would just send it to you, and they would be yours to say thank you for supporting Warboss Taste Studios. So it's a fun way for me to engage with my patrons. All of these like long-winded videos, guys, is just basically me saying thank you for supporting the studio, and to hopefully convince some potential patrons out there to jump on board, because this is a very big, involved project, and I wanted to do something for my patrons that was more than just flashing your names at the end of the screen, which is what most people do. It's what I'm doing right now, but adding a little bit of content, adding a quick commercial with the family shots of you and your retinues every single month. That's what is going to be most rewarding to me. So I hope you join me for this journey, and thank you so much for checking out this video, as long as it is, and we will see you in the next video. Join the Discord so that you can be kept up to date with all of the Heroes of Hobbyton news and updates and everything. We're going to be doing the dice rolls, all of these random dice rolls for your expeditions and for your retinues and everything. We're going to be doing it on the Discord, just to make sure that you know, there's no funny business. That's the only way to really track. If we're all watching at the same time when you do your dice roll, we can't. There's not gonna be any funny business. You can't like delete the post and try to roll it again, because we'll have eyes on, you know. And that's basically it. So thanks guys for watching and supporting the studio. Don't forget to hit the like button, share this video, subscribe. If you know anyone that might be interested in taking part and becoming a hero of Hobbyton, then let them know. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.